Islam is a way of life based upon principles that the Creator has sent to us through His many prophets and messengers. And we as Muslims believe in all the prophets and messengers. We believe that we came all from one human being, Adam, our forefather, and his mate, Eve. We believe in Noah. We believe in Abraham. We believe in Moses. We believe in David. We believe in Zechariah. We believe in Jesus. And we believe in the last and final messenger, Muhammad. Peace be upon them all. We believe that God has given a set way of life to human beings. And this way of life to human beings has always been the same. It has always been the same. And it has always defined human beings, not only way of life, but their purpose of life. And I haven't even told you finite, definite, what the purpose of life is in Islam. We're getting to that. That comes at the end. Islam is something that is being talked about almost on every single media outlet throughout the world. Islam is being talked about. Islam is being talked about in the major magazines, the major newspapers, the periodicals, the blogs, the websites. Islam is on the forefront of discussion and ideas, and has been for over a decade now. Ever since 9/11, we all know, since the tragedy of 9/11, Islam has been on the forefront of the world scene. And one very sad fact about that is that that narrative of what Islam is has been in the hands of people who do not know what Islam is. Islam, what Islam is, has been in the hands, and that narrative has been in the hands of people who have no idea what Islam is. Because we've heard so many varying ideas about what Islam is. Islam is this, Islam is that. One day it's this, the next day it's that, the next day it's this. Islam is not an abstract. It doesn't change. It is not up to interpretation. It's not change according to the time and date and period and place. Islam is one thing. And that's what we're going to finish with tonight. Islam is an Arabic word. It's an Arabic word coming from a root system. For those of you who know Semitic languages come from a root system. The grammar comes from a root system. Islam comes from a root word, salama. Salama, S-L-M. Salama. Salama has many different meanings. It has different connotations. Now a lot of people will tell you that Islam means peace. Islam means just peace. Yes and no. That's not the complete picture. That's not just. Because Islam does mean peace, but that is an end idea. That is an end idea. Islam also means submission. Submission, meaning that I submit myself to something. I am being subservient to something. Salama. It also means sincerity. Being sincere towards something. Having sincerity towards something, whether it's an idea, or whatever it is. Sincerity. It also means obedience. Being obedient to something. I am obedient to something. And then it also means peace. Islam simply means, if you want to put it in the English language, Islam means that I submit myself to the one who created me. I submit myself to the one who created me with sincerity, in obedience to Him, so that I can have peace in my life and I can have peace in the next life. This is Islam. And this is all that Islam is. Again, Islam means I submit myself to the one who created me. In obedience to Him means I do what He wants me to do. I stay away from what He wants me to stay away from. With great depth of obedience to obtain peace in this life and peace in the next. That is Islam. Anything other than this is not Islam. Now, did I bring up the word terrorism in that definition? Did anybody hear me use the word terrorism? It's a question. No, right? So is Islam terrorism? No. That's an oxymoron. It's an oxymoron. You guys know what an oxymoron means, right? Two statements that you try to put together, which are actually in complete opposite or complete difference to one another. Did I say Islam is oppression? Did I mention oppression in this definition? Did I mention oppression in this definition? No. Islam is only submission to the Creator with sincerity and obedience to Him to obtain peace in this life and the next. That's it. And that is something that I'm trying to be very upfront about, is that if we Muslims tell the world what Islam is, simply, plainly, clearly, and we talk about the issues that are being talked about, we talk about them on our terms, from our narrative, from the revelation that God has given to humanity, and from what He has taught us, then we would get rid of a lot of these negative connotations and negative ideas. So, within that definition, for someone to say Islamic extremists, Islamic extremists, did I mention extremism in that idea, in that definition anywhere? No. So Islamic extremist is also an oxymoron, because you cannot be extreme in Islam. You cannot be extreme in Islam because it doesn't fit within the definition. Do you see what I'm trying to get you to grasp? You can't put inside that definition what doesn't fit. An Islamic radical doesn't fit. It won't fit. It doesn't fit with the definition of someone who is submitting themselves with sincerity and obedience to the Creator to have peace in this life and the next. It won't fit. This is what Islam is.